Time to pull up a chair. We've got another great story for you today in the rLounge. Sometimes the real fairy tale isn't finding Prince Charming, it's finding peace. In this version, Cinderella doesn't have talking mice or a fairy grandmother. She's got a sister who made her own mess and parents trying to make it everyone else's problems. Today in the rLounge, the glass slipper fits just right, but Cinderella's using it to step over the drama, not dance around it. Entitled Parent said my wedding was too close to my sister's divorce, so I replaced them with friends in the guest list. I, 31 female, got engaged to my boyfriend, 32 male, of 5 years last spring. My parents seemed happy. My sister sounded distant, just offering a quick congratulations. The next day, I got a text from my sister saying she and her husband of 7 years were getting divorced. She asked me to keep it quiet until they told the family officially. I sent her a supportive message offering to talk whenever she needed, but she never responded to my follow-ups. My fiancé and I started planning our wedding and decided on a date in October. We sent tentative save the dates to immediate family for feedback. My parents responded with vague comments, but my sister didn't reply for 3 days. When she finally did, all she said was that she was going through a lot and couldn't think about my wedding right now. I backed off but continued planning with my fiancé. A couple weeks later, my sister announced her divorce to the extended family in a group chat. Within minutes, I started getting messages from relatives asking if I was going to postpone my wedding plans. I called my mother for clarification. My mother explained that my sister was devastated and it would be insensitive to have my wedding while she was going through her divorce. I pointed out that October was 6 months away, which seemed like plenty of time for emotional distance. She insisted it would be more considerate to postpone until next year, since my sister needed family support, not to watch me celebrating while she was suffering. After discussing it with my fiancé, we decided to proceed with our October date. We'd already started looking at venues, and honestly, I didn't see why my sister's divorce should impact our timeline. We booked our venue and sent official save the dates for our full guest list, including family. A few days later, my father called. He sounded uncomfortable as he asked me to reconsider the date. He revealed that my sister was inconsolable about my wedding happening so soon after her divorce. I refused to change the date, explaining we'd already put deposits down and signed contracts. The family group chat blew up with relatives taking sides. My sister started posting passive-aggressive comments on social media about selfish people and lack of empathy. 3 of my aunts messaged that they wouldn't attend if I insisted on hurting my sister. My parents invited me to dinner without my fiancé. They presented what they called a compromise, postponing the wedding by exactly 1 year. They even offered to pay for any lost deposits as an incentive. I declined, explaining that this was my life milestone that had nothing to do with my sister's divorce. My wedding wasn't about her. Then my sister sent a long message about how I'd always overshadowed her, and this was the final straw. I was shocked at how quickly this had escalated from a simple wedding date to apparently lifelong resentment. A couple weeks later, I received a formal email from my parents stating that they cannot in good conscience attend my wedding on the chosen date. They added that my sister needs family support, and my wedding was causing her anxiety attacks. They ended by saying they hoped I would reconsider and do the right thing. What did surprise me was a message I received from my cousin the next day. She revealed that my sister's divorce was actually initiated because my sister had cheated on her husband. Apparently, she'd been having an affair for 8 months, and that's what ended the marriage. My family had been hiding this detail to paint her as the victim. My cousin sent screenshots of conversations proving the affair. I was furious. My entire family was pressuring me to postpone my happiness because my sister ruined her marriage through her own actions. It completely changed the context of everything. After discussing it with my fiancé, we decided to stand our ground. We removed my parents and his sister from the guest list and added several close friends in their place. We updated the seating chart to have my fiancé's parents at the main table instead of trying to balance them between both families. I sent a formal response to my parents. I told them the wedding would proceed as planned and that their spots had been given to people who actually supported us. I made it clear they were no longer welcome at the wedding. I included screenshots of my sister's affair evidence and ended by saying I wouldn't postpone celebrating my happiness because my sister ruined her marriage. We finalized our wedding plans with the adjusted guest list. My fiancé's uncle agreed to walk me down the aisle. Honestly, I felt surprisingly relieved about my parents' absence. The planning process became much less stressful without trying to accommodate their demands. About a month later, my parents attempted a reconciliation with conditions. They wanted me to publicly apologize to my sister for exposing her private matters. acknowledge that my wedding timing was inappropriate, and give my sister a prominent role in the ceremony to help her heal. I declined all conditions and reiterated they weren't invited. The whole situation has been incredibly frustrating. I didn't choose my wedding date to spite my sister or to overshadow her divorce. October was simply the time that worked best for us and the venues we liked. The fact that my family expected me to put my life on hold because my sister cheated on her husband is absurd. What's even more ridiculous is that they hid the real reason for the divorce to manipulate me. If they'd been honest from the beginning, maybe I would have been more sympathetic. But lying to make me look like the bad guy? That's unforgivable. Am I the a-hole for refusing to postpone my wedding and then uninviting my family when they tried to manipulate me? Edit. Thanks for all the responses. To clarify some points, my sister's ex-husband didn't know I was aware of the affair until recently. My parents definitely knew about the affair but chose to hide it. The wedding is still a few months away and we're proceeding as planned. Several extended family members are still attending despite my parents' attempts to turn them against me. I've been overwhelmed by the support from this community. Many people have asked about my relationship with my sister before this, and honestly, we were never super close, but we're cordial. There was always an undercurrent of competition from her side that I tried to ignore. The wedding preparations are going well. My fiance's family has been amazing, and several friends have stepped up to help with roles traditionally filled by family. To those suggesting I should have been more accommodating to my sister during her difficult time, I tried to be supportive when she first told me about the divorce. I reached out multiple times, offered to listen, and gave her space when she asked for it. The problem wasn't that I was unsympathetic to her situation, it was that she and my parents expected me to completely rearrange my life plans because of her divorce. Update 1. It's been about 2 months since my last post, and we're now about 8 weeks away from the wedding. Yesterday, I received a text from my mother saying they've reconsidered their position. She wrote that they wanted to attend the wedding after all, but still think I should make amends with my sister. According to her, they've had time to process everything and realize they don't want to miss their daughter's wedding day. I responded that the guest list has been finalized and their spots are filled. We've already paid for the final head count, arranged seats, and ordered personalized items based on our current guest list. Even if I wanted to include them, which I don't, it would be logistically difficult at this point. My father's response was immediate and aggressive. He sent a message saying they can't be kept from their daughter's wedding, and that they would show up regardless of invitation status. He actually threatened to just appear on the day as if the past few months of drama never happened. I was shocked by the entitlement. After discussing it with my fiancé, I contacted our venue security to add my parents and sister to a restricted list. My parents showed up at our apartment last weekend. They demanded to be reinstated in the guest list, claiming they never actually said they wouldn't come, despite their explicit email stating exactly that. My fiancé asked them to leave, but they refused until I threatened to call building security. They finally left, but not before my mother said I would regret this decision for the rest of my life. My mother contacted my fiancé's parents trying to get them to talk sense into us. She apparently thought they would side with her about the importance of having parents at a wedding. Instead, my future in-laws shut her down completely. They told her to respect our decision and that her behavior was inappropriate. Wedding preparations are otherwise going smoothly. We're in the final stages of planning and everything is coming together nicely. The rehearsal dinner is scheduled for next week, and I'm looking forward to it. Update. The wedding day went perfectly. My parents did attempt to enter the venue, but security turned them away without incident. The ceremony and reception were exactly what we wanted. I genuinely didn't miss the family drama. Several guests commented on how relaxed and happy everyone seemed, which probably wouldn't have been the case if my family had attended. The morning after the wedding, I woke up to dozens of messages from family members. My parents claimed that they were humiliated by security. My sister said I ruined her healing process by having my wedding. Update 2. It's been 6 months since our wedding, and almost a year since the whole saga began. A lot has happened, so I thought I'd give a final update on the situation. After returning from our honeymoon, we settled into married life and had minimal contact with my family. My parents attempted to reach out several times, but their messages always contained some form of "when you're ready to apologize" or "once you realize your mistake," so I didn't engage. About 4 months after the wedding, my parents made another attempt at reconciliation. This time, they showed up at our apartment with a gift and a card. The card contained a half-hearted apology that focused more on how much they missed me than on acknowledging their behavior. The gift was a photo album of their family pictures, clearly meant to trigger nostalgia and guilt. 2 weeks later, I received an email from my father. It contained what appeared to be an actual apology at first glance. He acknowledged they should have supported my wedding plans and admitted they'd prioritized my sister's feelings over mine. However, The email ended with a request that I put this behind us and not continue punishing them by bringing up the past. It was clear they wanted to sweep everything under the rug rather than truly address the issues. I responded that I wasn't punishing them, but protecting myself from their manipulative behavior. I reiterated that any relationship moving forward would need to be based on honesty and respect, not guilt and obligation. I haven't heard from them since. As for me and my husband, we're doing great. We recently bought our first home together and are settling into this new chapter of our lives. For those wondering if I'll ever reconcile with my parents and sister, I'm not ruling it out completely, but it would require significant changes on their part. I'm not holding my breath for that to happen, and I'm at peace with that reality. My sister's ex-husband and I have maintained a friendly relationship. He's actually dating a mutual friend now, and my husband and I occasionally join them for dinner. This will probably be my final update on this situation. Life has moved on, and I'm focusing on building a future with my husband. To anyone dealing with similar family issues, it's okay to prioritize your own happiness. You deserve to celebrate your milestones without being manipulated or guilted. Stand your ground, surround yourself with supportive people, and remember that you're not responsible for managing others' emotions. Your parents hiding the real reason for her divorce and trying to manipulate you into postponing your wedding is incredibly unfair. They weren't trying to support your sister, they were trying to control you. You set a boundary, and instead of respecting it, they doubled down and made it about themselves. It's sad that your parents and sister couldn't be happy for you, but you're absolutely right to protect your peace. At the end of the day, you deserve to celebrate your marriage surrounded by people who genuinely support you, not people who think your joy is a personal attack. Have you ever had someone try to make your wedding about them? Share your stories with us in the comments below. And thank you for joining us today in the rLounge. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Until next time. And please put your chair back where you found it.